trained by Gary Portelli, and gave a good run for Gary at her first start for him here in the Challenge. And obviously with that run, her first since November, improving her condition no end. And she was up there punching. Again, she was today, but that extra fitness has counted where Viscount ran out of puff. Getting home nicely, Case, and not disgraced, and tie the knot. For a 7-year-old, he's done a darn good job, hasn't he? And El Mirada didn't disgrace either, and maybe there's another good win in him. 6, 8, 5 and 1 here are the totes officially. Number 6, 450, 160. Number 8, 140. Number 5, 220. The Quinella was 620. Exacta 1330. The trifecta 93.70, and the first 4 $304 neat. 111.23 is the overall time.
Well, good runs galore. All's well that ends well for Jimmy Cassidy, who had a scare this week when he went to ride this mare in track work at Warwick Farm. Jim was dumped heavily when 8H tried to duck out of a gate, and he was shaken up from all reports, but unhurt, and was able to jump on board today and win the Expressway Stakes on the mare. So all's forgiven. Good run Caser, who took a little ground off Viscount in the closing stages. You saw old Tie the Knot zooming home, but the biggest disappointment in the race, Nanny Maroon, who raced uncharacteristically. She just spat out the bit and lost interest before the turn. Let's hope there's nothing amiss there, and her trainer Paul Engelbrett will be getting down there quickly to speak to Robert Thompson as he comes back to the enclosure. Now,
Game Hunter and Quencher on the inside. They're getting set.
While they're getting set, we had totes at Kembla with Matthew.
5 to win a race C at $3. No place betting. Quinella 440. Exacta 820. Trifecta 1630. First 4 5367 1750 on race 5.
Sazman in 3. Quencher on the inside. Repeat performance goes up to 11. Trousers up to 12. How big in 6. And we're waiting on Jones's Profit to come along now to gate number, the outside 13. Soviet Draw getting very fractious. Keystone to come up to 7. And Jones's Profit will go up on the outside of Trousers. They're out there in 12 and 13. The tender was Soviet Draw. It's very fractious. In fact, it's kicked open the back of the gate and has pushed itself back out. Soviet Draw, and it'll be wheeled around here. It's got a fractious a couple of times in the gates there before they've gone. Soviet Draw, and it's under inspection, I'd say. It's just cantering back away from the line.
Update for the next Doomben. 1 La Philomene, 13 and 3. 2 Dancing On, Michael Carl, 10 and 3. 3 Impulsive Lass, 280, 150 favourite. 4 Awesome Edge, 10 and 3. 5 Brave Tattler, 10 and 3. 6 Maddie's Girl, 6 and 2. 7 Opal Ice, 21 and 5. 8 If You Please, 5 21 30. 9 Tabiana, 22 and 8. Favourite 3. 3 Impulsive Lass, 280, 150. Tip 1, 5, 3 and 4. Late mail for 3. Back to Melbourne.
Game Hunter now track favourite before they go. Just about ready. Now Balmarance is getting a little toey, but he's got a line this time, although there's an attendant at the front of the gate, a Soviet Draw. Balmarance trying to get its head down and burrow out. It's got a line this time. They stand. Set to run. Stalls back. Keystone missed it about a length and a half, and he took hold of Jones's Profit out wide at the start. First out here, Ton Vermore. There's a good line early. Soviet Draw, and also Mulwala, and just inside them's the man. Getting up on the inside of those is Game Hunter, as Mulwala took up the lead going out of the straight. Just in front of Tom Vermore, a length and a half, Soviet Draw, and on the inside, Game Hunter. Repeat Performance is caught out 3 deep at the moment. Racing wide now from Zarman. Back on the inside, then Quencher. How big out 3 deep from Balmarance, from then Trousers. Tracking a little deep around Keystone. The inside, Black Type Magic. And 2 to Jones's Profit last of all. Down inside the 1,500 metre mark, and the leader Mulwala. Repeat Performance caught deep and now moves up on the outside of this leader now, a length and a half, Ton Vermore. Game Hunter gets a good run back on the inside of Soviet Draw. A length further back is How Big, still 3 deep around Zarman. How Big travelling forward, the inside Quencher, then Trousers 3 deep. Black Type Magic the inside from Balmarance, and then Keystone and Jones's Profit. 1,000 to go down the the back, the grey in front, Malwala. A length and a half, repeat performance. A length into Tonvermore third. One further back, Soviet Draw running fourth. A length and a half, Game Hunter fifth. On the outside of it then came How Big. A length into Quencher. 1.5 further back, Zarman. They're followed on the inside by further back, Black Type Magic. Outside of Trousers. And 2 lengths, Jones's Profit. Outside, Balmoran's, and back to the inside, Keystone. At the 700 metre mark coming along the side. And the leader, Mulwala, 3/4 repeat performance. Tonvermore third. Fourth is Soviet Draw taking off. They're followed by Game Hunter up in the middle. 2 lengths into How Big from Trousers. The inside, Quencher. Then Jones's Profit and a gap in the race into Keystone. And well back in the race in Zarman. Up before the turn now. Soviet Draw going up out 3 deep to Mulwala. Repeat performance under pressure and wider out Game Hunter. Then Trousers behind them. Tonvermore trying to get a run with Quencher. Soviet Draw, Game Hunter have got to repeat performance, turning for home when they straighten up from Trousers. Game Hunter out wide now, hit the front from Soviet Draw, followed by repeat performance. Here's Jones's Profit from the back with a late run. Game Hunter in front, Soviet Draw coming back. Soviet Draw, Game Hunter, they hit the line. Bob of the head here, Game Hunter, Soviet Draw, nothing in it. Close up third, maybe Quencher, and Jones's Profit out wide, back to the inside. Repeat performance from Keystone. Then came Tonvermore from Mulwala, a gap How Big, then Trousers. Well back in the race then came Zaman, followed in behind those by Balmorance, and last of all, Black Type Magic.
If it's 8 Game Hunter, a double for Scott Seymour, $4.92. 2 Soviet Draw, Dan Nikolic, $10.23.40 for third. 10 Quencher at $3.80 or 15 Jones Profit, and the dividend there is $5.10.
That's a photo at the start. Ascot, Crystal Grey, the favourite, $5.50 a win, to a place.
Soviet Draw, the inside's got it. Number 2, right on the lines, come back. Number 2, Soviet Draw to tip out number 8, Game Hunter. After Game Hunter reached the lead, Soviet Draw has come back and kicked back to beat it. Right on the line, number 10 has got third, number 10, and that's Quencher. Just ahead of 11, repeat performance. So a good finish here, 2, 8, 10 and 11. 2, 8, 10, 11 to race number 7 on the card. Oh, slogging go this. Game Hunter out 4 deep, going up to repeat performance. Soviet Draw when they turned in. Game Hunter reaching the lead, no doubt. Getting a good head in front of Soviet Draw. He then started to wobble about Game Hunter. Jones's Profit looked to hope out wide.
Right, getting set at Ascot. The Toads Mooney Valley, 2 Soviet Draw, $10.23.48. Game Hunter, $2. 10 Quencher, $3.80. The Quinella, $30.10. Exacta, $55.60. Trifecta, $2.810. $646.10. The first 4, 2, 8, 10 and 11 is $4,280.60.
Now, on the previous at Kembla, time 1:11.59. 1:11.59, last 600, 36.41. 36.41, there's correct weight. 5.367, the first 4 repeating, $17.50. Still no margins, but we have weight race 5 Kembla.
Now at Ascot, race 1, Metal Glow, number 11 into 3:31.60. 5 Crystal Grey, 5.30 and 2.20.
Fingers, 250 and 150. 8-8 won the Expressway. The race prior to this beat Jimmy Cassidy aboard, and Jim, of course, riding ha here. 6-8-8 beat 8 Viscount, 5 Caser, and 1 Tie the Knot was a close fourth. Nanny Maroon, stewards reported, was found to have been lame behind. That was the stewards report. Nanny Maroon lame behind after the previous. Now, we've got the Big Chill, unbeaten in 2 starts in Victoria. First up at Bendigo and then at Flemington during the carnival, and we haven't sighted her since, but here she is today with the outside alley, and Stephen Arnold about to bring her forward. Ha behaving herself well as the line looks to be just about set for action. The Light Fingers won last year by Lady Mulan. Ready now. Racing on the Light Fingers. Keys was slow to go, and the same could be said for Moon Flute and Hosanna. Fleecing didn't jump well, and one of the roughies, Ancient Song, flew out and leads a couple of lengths settling down. Shook is moving to second. Fair Embrace is going up rather quickly, and Ha is nice and handy. A length and a half further away, Faith Hill followed closely by Patterns as they sort themselves out. Fleecing starting to drive up on the inside, and then comes Shove Off. The Big Chill is wider out, followed a length further away. Hosanna, Keys the outer, and Moon Flute is last in a packing attacking field. Down to the 650 they travel, and Ancient Song leads from Fair Embrace, moving up into second posse. Travelling third as they race down past the 500, Shook, a length and a half to Ha Ha. Patton's Faith Hill and Fleecing over on the inside, and then the Big Chill via the Cape, followed by Shove Off, a length the Keys and Hosanna, and Moonflute is last around the corner, and Ancient Song from Fair Embrace. Shook is running third. Let's look for Ha Ha at the moment. Ha Ha is tending to struggle, is she? What? She's tailed off. The leader is Ancient Song giving a side. Here's Hosanna rattling home. It's Ancient Song from Maruya holding them all at bay, and Ancient Song wins the light fingers from Hosanna and Shook. Followed home by Shove Off, Fair Embrace, and the Big Chill, Fleecing, Patton's Faith Hill, Keys. And then Moonflute, and I can't believe it, a conspicuous last was Ha Ha. Well, congratulations to Rado Bulgin. Ancient Song, ridden by Larry Cassidy, number 12, $22.60 in New South Wales, $25.80 on Super Tab and $21.20 on Unitab, has taken the Light Fingers Stakes, giving Rado his biggest success to date. By Kenny Ladd from Lottie. Hello, Lottie. Well, gee, I tell you what, I can't believe Ha Ha. There's obviously a reason, and the stewards will work that out after quizzing Jimmy Cassidy. Anyway, numbers will be up in a moment. 12 Ancient Song has been able to score here. Number 2 is second. That is Hosanna, ridden by Darren Beedman. And number 8 is third, and that is Shook, ridden by Dan Beasley. And number 10, Shove Off, was officially fourth, Glenn Boss. 12, 2, 8, 10. The time, 1:10.98. And we'll have the other details shortly. Now, importantly, the Quinella at 141.60, exacta 321.40, the trifecta 2,524.80, and the 12, 2, 8, 10 first four 2,007. No, it's bigger than that. $27,199.60, and a special dividend on the daily double with Bulkhead and Kingwin out of the next, $28. Well, she simply was too good. She was very, very fast away, Ancient Song, and she was always up either in or near the lead, and she just kept going, Ancient Song, and was simply too good in the Light Finger Stakes. Now, the other news coming up, the winning margin in favour of Ancient Song.
All right, well, congratulations to Rado Bulgin. He's a very good trainer. He chooses to stay. There he is. Good on you, Rado. He's not half pleased. Rado is of Croatian descent, and he's been in Australia for a number of years now. He started off training harness horses, drifted into the galloping world some years ago, and has rarely been without a handy horse. One very good mare that he had a few seasons ago was Golf Circuit. It knocked up winning races in the city. But he's a particularly good trainer of fillies. He seems to have the key to fillies and mares. Prepares his team at that idyllic little south coast hamlet of Maruya. The horses do well, and Rado does well. Ancient Song is by Kenny Ladd, as Ian said, and has a good record, 6 from 10. Straight to the front, and a good night nurse. Well done. Ha Ha will be extensively vetted, no doubt, and you'd be surprised if they don't find something drastically wrong. She finished 6 lengths behind the second last horse and was gone long before the turn. Now, I reckon Noel Callow is going to drop in here in a moment. Noel is riding Brodance in race 8 at Moonee Valley. This is what he had to say to Alf Matthews.
Well, the very much in-form Noel Callow. How many winners did you ride last week?
I think it was about 12. I rode 18 for January, so good start to the new year anyway.
Certainly flying. Can you win on Brodance?
We'll be trying, don't worry about that. But not a heap of speed in the race with Dane Force out, but I think we should just posse up behind Bunfight and the prize fighter, and hopefully gives a nice run. Did beat Show a Heart a few starts back, and seems to run well here, so I think it's got a good, genuine each-way chance in this race.
Say no more. Good on you. Good luck.
No worries.
The very much in-form Noel Callow rides Brodance in the last race on the card at Moonee Valley today.
Right, Alf, thank you. He is riding well. 12 winners in a week takes some stopping. All right, now Cheltenham runners are at the gates, and here are the top 8. Regal Kiss, 370. Agalia, 390. Suit, 450. Arrogance, $5.80. And then the double figure bracket, Raja Lane and Cosmic Strike, both at $11. Remember this filly Regal Kiss? She got to Sydney as a 2-year-old, and she actually contested the Golden Slipper Stakes. She ran 7th, beaten only 3.4 lengths by Ha Ha, and a week or 2 weeks before she had won the Group 2 Riesling Slipper Trial. She's been in and out of work since. Obviously there have been problems, but Leon McDonald seems to have a firing again, and punters have rallied to the cause, and she has #1 barrier today too. Regal Kiss favourite ahead of Agalia and Suit. Now here is a Doomben update, and as follows: Silver Page, top rater. We might even squeeze in a break shortly, but Moonee Valley firstly. There are the runners parading, and we'll head off to this quick little break. Okay, just before we go to Cheltenham, we've got a protest at Warwick Farm. It's 4th against 3rd on the light fingers. Now, the 4th filly across the line was Shove Off, lodging an objection against the 3rd place getter Shook, alleged interference in the last 50 metres. 4th against 3rd, protest on the light fingers. For the Irwin Stakes, here's Hilton.
Ready to run. Set for a start. Regal Kiss will run the favourite. Very open betting race. Wait for age. Set. Racing. Regal Kiss was away fast from the inside with Aragonson showing speed. Agalia. Star Hit working over with Empress Waltz. Cosmic Strike trapped out deep with Autumn Bell. They're going to get back now as Regal Kiss, it looks like, handing the lead up to Agalia. And now it's Agalia in front of Empress Waltz. Raja Lane, Aragonson, Regal Kiss right behind the leader. Then Star Hit followed by Cosmic Strike. Autumn Bell and Suit was last. 500 metres to go on the horse from Kangaroo Island. Empress Waltz leads by 3/4. Agalia on the fence. Aragons is between them from Raja Lane. Regal Kiss looking for the run, followed by Star Hit, Cosmic Strike, Suit sneaking on the fence, and last is Autumn Bell at the 250 metre mark in the Irwin Stakes. And it's Agalia challenged by Aragon's Empress Waltz, and here's Regal Kiss. Let go with an explosive burst of speed on the outside. She shot away, Regal Kiss. She's got the Irwin Stakes won. Suit out of the pack, charging home, and Cosmic Strike wider out, but Regal Kiss is well and truly back to her best. She won the Irwin by 3 from Suit. 3rd was Cosmic Strike, and then came Agalia, followed home by Empress Waltz. Raja Lane. Look at these speedsters knock up. Arrogance, Autumn Bell always well back, and back with them Star Hit in 56.22. It's a flying run, but not a record. On a cold, windy day, it is a tailwind, I know, but she's run 56.22. She's won the Irwin Stakes by 3 lengths. First up from a spell. And the word was there at the start of the day to totally forget anything she's done since the Golden Slipper. And it is quite evident now that her feet were hurting her last preparation, and she still ran some good races despite that. 6.195, 5th number 4. The sectional 32.64. Overall, it's 56.22. That's the fastest 1,000 I've seen at Cheltenham in more than a year and a half. 2 1/4 by a neck, by 1 1/4. 32.64, 56.22. A masterful ride by Jason Holder. He elected to allow those other horses to go past him early. If you backed her, you may have been worried by that, but he knew that at the end, when it really counted, she would unleash this sprint, and she's won, beaten some pretty handy horses quite easily. 6.1954 on the Irwin.
Right, Hilt, thank you. Yeah, well, that's the filly we saw at Rose Hill in the autumn of last year when she won the Riesling Slipper Trial. She ran a bold race in the Golden Slipper, so that's the problem, eh? Feet. Hilton just pointed out that she's had troublesome feet, and her trainer Leon McDonald is on top of the problem currently, and well ridden today too. She flew out of the gates, handed up, 3-back fence, got out, bumped another horse as she came out, and she's really a bit too small to be running into other horses, but it didn't faze her. She got the head down and shot past the leaders, and that was a very impressive win at Group 3 level by Regal Kiss. Now 6 minutes to race 8 at Moonee Valley. Storm Edition 280, Brassy Jim 510, Brodance 670, Royal Treen 22, Saratoga Sam $10. Bund Fight 580, Blair 14, Dane Force is a scratching. Over to Prize Fighter 19 and Yellow Limit at 26. Let's have a Captain Cook at Doomben, which is race 6. It's about 16 minutes away, still in progress. Keep you posted there. We've got plenty of time in which to clear a commitment or two on Sky Racing. The favourite is trained by Barry Barnes at Cranbourne Storm Edition. He's a 5-year-old who is the veteran of 36 race starts. He's won 9 of them and has collected more than $300,000 in prize money. He has a 3-kilo claim for Reese Wheeler to offset that big top weight of 60.5. Now, we've got some official divs at Cheltenham. Regal Kiss with correct weight, beating Suit and Cosmic Strike. Quinella 830, trifecta $116.80. Now, the previous race at Moonee Valley went to Soviet Draw. Ugachaka won race 6. And earlier winners have been Blue Danzig, Periphery, Carla Keys, Hello Boys and Tiger Bell. Here's Greg Miles for the lucky last.
Solid favourite for the final event is Storm Edition at $2.90 Brassy Jim.
Korea Cup meeting tonight, 6:30. The action starting. Allows
9-6-14, the numbers on the previous Kembla as called.
Second Ascot, 1 Dangerous Play, 850 and 6. 2 Emerald Shoes, 38 and 8. 3 Fast Handover, 10 and 4. 4 True Bloom, 10 and 4. 5 You Are My Destiny, 12 and 3. 6 Corporate Lady, 14 and 4. 7 Exbury Fair, Jason Brown, 20 and 5. 8 Princess Nalina, 8 and 5. 9 Balancia, 14 and 4 off Melbourne.
running in the final event here, and one of the first out is Bun Fight, Brassy Jim and Prize Fighter travelling forward from Yellow Limit. Further back was Royal Treen, followed in behind the field, settling now by Saratoga Sam. Then Blair on the outside as Brodance, and Storm Edition went back to the rear. At the first turn they race, and the leader is Bun Fight, a length and a half in front. Moving forward is Prize Fighter, and Brodance whipping around the outside, going up towards the lead. Brodance up outside Bun Fight at the 1,000-metre mark. 2.5 Prize Fighter, a length and a half further back Yellow Limit, 3/4 Brassy Jim, a length further back then Royal Treen from Saratoga Sam, 1 to Blair, and 2 to Storm Edition last of all. At the turn at the 900-metre mark, Bun Fight kept the lead, a length in front from Brodance, 2.5 further back Yellow Limit. One breaking down and going amiss there is Prize Fighter. Prize Fighter eased up out of the race. Brassy Jim's gone up 4th. They're followed by Royal Treen around Saratoga Sam. Storm Edition got up on the fence and 2 lengths to Blair. 600 out. Bun Fight a length in front of Brodance. A length for the back Yellow Limit on the outside of it. Brassy Jim up to 4th. Outside it Royal Treen, a length and a half. Saratoga Sam. 5 lengths off them still a Storm Edition and 2 to Blair. Up before the turn and Bun Fight 3/4 Brodance. Now a length Brodance from Brassy Jim. Dropping out Yellow Limit then Royal Treen, and Storm Edition couldn't win from there. It's Bun Fight the leader. 3/4 Brodance coming at it, straightening up. 3 lengths Brassy Jim. Brodance got its head in front of Bun Fight. 2 lengths to Brassy Jim halfway up the running. Brodance in front of Bun Fight and Brassy Jim. Brodance getting very tired. Bun Fight try to come back. Brodance ahead on the line to Bun Fight. 3/4 third Brassy Jim against Saratoga Sam. Storm Edition never came into it from Royal Treen. Then Yellow Limit Blair last of the main pack, and Prize Fighter has been eased out of the race, has gone amiss at the 600-metre mark.
3 the winner, Brodance and Callow, 7.10, 2.10. 6 Bun Fight, 1.60. 2 Brassy Jim, $1.90. Back to the update for Ascot. We got down to 11. Coordinates, 37 and 10. 12 Dark Onyx, 12, 360. 13 Gold Quest, 23 and 6. 14 Just for Donna, Alana Sampson at 15 and 4. Number 15 Lady of Greystroke, 37 and 8. 16 She's a Rose, 660, 230 favourite. 17 Sush at 55 and 12. So the favourite, 16 She's a Rose, 660. Darren goes 16 to beat 4 and 8. Late mail for the event, 435.
3-6-2, the last at Moonee Valley, and Superfecta is called by Matt at Kembla. 9-6-14, 1-16-2, and Totes firstly Kembla.
9 the winner, Quick Sticks, 10.40, 3.40. 6 Jerash, 180. 14 Movement, 3.70. Quinella's paid 34.30. Exacta, 68.30. Trifecta, 9, 6.14. 844.60. Superfecta, 9, 6.14. 116 and 2 a jackpot. Extra double, 5 and 9, 61.70. Special div, $3.70. 125.03 the time. 35.53 last 600. Margins a length and a quarter by a length and a quarter. Race number 7, take out 1, 3 and 8. The race at 5.11.
And the last, race 8, Moonee Valley, 3, 6, 2 and 5. Brodance and Callow, 7, 10, 2, 10. 6 Bunfight, 160. 2 Brassy Jim, 190. Quadella, 15.90. The Exacta, $40.10. Trifecta, 3, 6 and 2, 152.90. The first 4, 3, 6, 2 and 5. Is 621.60. The Daily Double 2 and 3. Soviet Draw in Brodance is 56.80. Special Dev is 8.20 with a scratching of number 8, and it was a long head by a half.
Race 6, Doomben 1.
Hosanna, 8 Chook and 10 ran fourth, protest fourth against third, dismissed. Only the one to move in here at the farm, and that is Diamond, the grey. 380 Palladium Star running favourites. And in the ring now, there'll be 3 equal favourites, Palladium Star, Thorns and Rapida. Very, very wide markets. Anyway, they're often racing from the 1600, and immediately Thorns drops out a conspicuous last, and Rapida just the leader from Matiti Road, and between them Conjurer, Diamond fourth, then Palladium Star from Bracing Rhythm the fence. A little over a length, make it 2 lengths now, coming Sherrood. Thorns is going so on the inside of British Busker, and King of Rhythm brings up the rear. They head in this order to the 1200 marker, and Conjurer pulls its way to the lead. It's got its mouth wide open. Rapida second. Diamond's rider not happy with the speed and shot it around the outside, and Diamond at the front now. And going along to the 1000, Diamond a length and a half on Conjurer and Rapida. 2.5 then to 3 lengths Palladium Star around Matiti Road. About a length and 3/4 gap then coming as they work down the side of the track. Sherrood. Over on the inside of Sherrood is Bracing Rhythm as they really start to slow up. And then British Busker, who's in no man's land. Thorns next to last, and King of Rhythm is last. They head to the 700 marker, and Diamond from Rapida. It's been a funnily run race. 2 lengths to Conjurer, followed by Palladium Star, Matiti Road, and a length further back is British Busker, followed by Sherrood, Bracing Rhythm, Thorns and King of Rhythm. They're sprinting now. Well, it has developed into a sprint home, and past the 400 they run. Diamond shows the way by more than a length on Rapida as they straighten up now. In third position, Matiti Road over on the fence. Palladium Star called upon by D. Beasley, and Conjurer struggling, and then Bracing Rhythm, followed by Thorns making ground with King of Rhythm. It's Diamond still the leader down to the 100 marker. Palladium Star and Matiti Road are trying valiantly. Diamond is clinging on. He's going to win it today, Diamond. And Diamond wins it from a photo between over on the inside Matiti Road and Palladium Star. And then came Thorns in company with Bracing Rhythm, King of Rhythm, British Busker, and then Rapida, Sherrood, and Conjurer pulled himself into the ground, and he finished a distant last. Well, that was a stupid race early. They just crawled until Diamond's rider showed some common sense. G-Boss, I give you 10 out of 10. I don't know what some of those blokes were doing. Number 7, Diamond, G-Boss. He beat them pointlessly, G-Boss. And Diamond has paid $6.70 and $2.20. Now, what's happened here? Now, hello there. Yeah. Yes, Terry? Want to check the start for Thorns, is it? Okay, thank you. All right. Stewards have just advised to hold all tickets. They want to check the start. So anyway, it might have been Thorns possibly. Anyway, just hold all tickets until we get some further advice. So the winner is number 7, Diamond, ridden by Glenn Boss, but oh gee, she is a ripper for the second and third placings. Very, very tight between 6 Matiti Road and number